If your goal is to become as strong as possible, Daniel, which lifting tempo should you have?
When you're training for maximum strength, what seems to be fairly certain at this point is that it's better to lift in the concentric phase, to lift as fast as possible, which might be slow in some cases when you're lifting a really heavy weight, but you shouldn't deliberately slow it down. Rather, you should do the opposite and try to lift that weight as fast as possible, but still in a controlled manner. Studies have shown that that leads to bigger strength gains, and it's because of larger muscle recruitment and an increased force output. So essentially, when you're trying to lift a given weight faster than when you're trying to lift slowly, you produce more force and you're essentially lifting a heavier weight. But when it comes to lowering the weight, things are a bit more counterintuitive. This recent meta-analysis of 8 studies showed a small and uncertain, but still a small hint of a benefit to lowering the weight slowly, like over 3 to 4 seconds, compared to taking 1 to 2 seconds on your eccentric phase. And this was in strength tests where the concentric portion is the most difficult one. It was exercises like free barbell squats, Smith machine squats, bicep curls, leg presses, and leg extensions. So, I mean, when you fail in these exercises, you are failing in the concentric portions. And still, over 8 weeks of training, the groups that trained with a deliberately slower eccentric phase, 3 to 4 seconds on the way down, seemed to gain slightly more strength. A small effect and uncertain, but still better strength gains, which is, well, counterintuitive.
Yeah, I would guess that a lot of people, when first starting out in the gym, they almost skip the eccentric phase, meaning they have zero control when, for instance, lowering a leg extension back down before kicking it up, meaning they are not getting the benefits of eccentric training at all.
Yeah.
And just slowing it down a bit would make them more proficient in the exercise in question, and also give some extra gains from the eccentric phase.
Yeah, because we've seen in some other research that if you were to only do the concentric phase or only do the eccentric phase, that the eccentric phase seems to be more important not only for muscle growth, but also for the concentric strength, meaning that you might get better at lifting a weight by practicing lowering it down, and that doing both the concentric and the eccentric, so both the up and downwards portion, you can't seem to beat that even if you were to do twice as many concentric only reps. So there seems to be something important in the eccentric portion of a lift.